What's up, YouTube? It's your girl P, and as you can see where I be, you already know it's finna go down, okay? As you can tell by the title, we cooking some cabbage, some smothered steak, homemade mashed potatoes and gravy. Our famous what? Dumplings, okay? So let me go ahead and prepare everything, and I'll be back with you.
I ain't got it. Mobbing, scheming, looting. I ain't your body. As long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I don't got nobody just with you right now. But the truth, I look better under you. I can't.
Okay, so we got our steak right here. We finna season it up, but before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and put a little olive oil in the pan. So once we finish seasoning, our steak can go right in the pan. Ooh. We're gonna worry about that later. So you only want to put enough to coat the bottom. Move that around like that, like that. Okay. Okay, so that's enough oil. Okay, so I got my Sazon seasoning right here. Go ahead and sprinkle some of that on now. Save enough so when you flip it, I should have already had these things open. A little seasoning salt, not too much, because we don't do a lot of salt. A little garlic salt, not too much. Okay. And then our onion powder and garlic powder. This is the garlic powder. Now this ain't got no salt, so you can put out however much. Know what I'm saying? And this the onion powder. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and flip it. Now while we flipping these steaks, we're gonna go ahead and turn the oven on. Okay, so our grease is hot. We're gonna go ahead and put the steaks in there and let it cook on both sides. Okay, so while our steaks over there doing what it's supposed to do, we're gonna go ahead and cut up this cabbage. Me, I like to cut up big chunks because I don't want it to cook down and be too soggy. You don't want that hard part now. Take that out, move it to the side. And then you just want to leave it in big chunks because it's gonna cook down anyway. Like some of these pieces look nasty and old, so we're gonna remove them. We're gonna rinse them off. Okay, so now the steaks are ready to be flipped. You see that nice brown color? That's the color that you're looking for. It's not gonna be all the way done, so we're gonna get done once we put it in the gravy. That's that brown color that you're looking for. So we're gonna let that cook for another 5 minutes. And we're gonna add our onions, our flour, and our water mixture, stuff like that, so that we can go ahead and make the gravy. Okay, so the steaks now are ready to be moved out of the pan. And now we're gonna add our onions. I normally put like 1.5 in here, but I'm only putting 1 in here today. Now, once you done let your onions cook down a little bit, now you're going to go in with your flour. Just want to mix it in. We're going to go in with a little beef flavor, just a little bit. And then now we're going to gradually pour our water in. Okay, this is how our gravy looking so far. We just keep mixing so we can get all the clumps out of it and gradually adding the water. Okay, so that's how it's looking with the steak into the gravy. We're gonna go ahead and turn it down to about 5 and let it simmer for about an hour. In between time, we're gonna keep checking it every 10-minute intervals. And while that's simmering and cooking, we're gonna go ahead and start on our cabbage. Okay, so the smoked turkey been cooking for about 20 or 30 minutes. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our cabbage. Okay, so this is how much water we have in there. And that's gonna cook down. We're gonna give it 20 minutes and we're gonna come back and check it. So it's been 10 minutes now. We're gonna check on the steak. It's looking real good. We're gonna continue to let that simmer and let it do what it do till the steak get nice and tender. Now I normally put potatoes in here, but because we having homemade mashed potatoes, I won't use any potatoes today. Yeah, so they're almost finished. So now let's get into the homemade mashed potatoes. Okay, so we got our water boiling. We're just gonna add these potatoes in there, big chunks, because we want these to cook for about 25 minutes. Okay, so we got our mashed potatoes and our ingredients right here. Let's get to making. All that we got.
Stay the same and maintain it. Safe to say the kid get older. Forever gay, I'm never switching over. Made a lane and niggas can't get over. I can't mess with rappers, they be bogus. Brother get the pack and keep it open. Big dripper stand up in the ocean. Everybody trapping, we get low. He ain't focused yet, but he ain't got motion. Made a half a ticket, got promotion. Shout out switching sweet and keep me rolling. But if we get the out, we got him slow. Ride around with Drake, like we OVO. I got some rats and I want some. Still got them pass in the hood, call it give and go. Keep a nigga, man, bitch in a figure four. Let me fuck when I want, I just come and go. Man, these rockin' too deep for these skinny clothes. I might put me in some bitch or both. They look braid, this nigga start getting low. I spent time on the roots on the Lambo and didn't even know how to read them motherfuckers go. On my birthday, I just wanna lift the dough. Got it but don't play with the gear. Just follow behind the years. In the room, I feel like a tourist. I'm the one from the bottom, and sold up my partner, the clients, and I can hear it. Oh, he ain't up. I fuck with shots and I'm gonna bust. You can't put on that drip, he ain't one of us. How you run in the Benz and a Tonka truck? How you got everybody lit piping up? Oh, she bad with no swag, I don't pipe her up. They my last and my last, I'm no wipe her up. Count the money up, fast like I'm typing something. I'm the type to get active and never run. Eat the rules, my niggas ain't scared of none. Ain't no rules, you got rats, you can get it done. On a light day, I keep me 100 bucks. We can hit after he call me very much. For the Christmas, I bought everybody guns. Lost and numbers and echoes for everyone. Take the roof on the corner, up for the sun. I'm from the sea, it's about 5,000 months. Got this bitch off the collar, she suck it and swallow. I stick it and she feel it in her gut. Nigga don't run from my problems, we stacking up water and color. I'm trying to get it mega book. See them triple little nigga, best watch your step. Top shelf, got 40 this out of dope. TF, look like the new BML. They gon'
Okay, y'all, time for the taste test. But before we close out this video, check out the merch. MIHI made in his image. You can find these sets on our website at www.mihishop.com. Use code Genesis50 for 15% off your first order. So let's taste the food. Okay, so we got our cabbage. Oh, let's see our rice. Steak. It's so tender. Too good. Okay, y'all. If y'all try these recipes or decide to cook this meal, go ahead and tag me in your video. Anything you liked or didn't like, go ahead and comment down below. And stay tuned for the next video. Peace.